Hello folks, this is Ajha from InspiredToRise.com, and today we have the Swipe Elite Max smartphone here with us for a detailed hands-on review and unboxing of the same. So guys, without wasting much time, let's begin. The Swipe Elite Max comes in this box. As you can see, it's a black box, and upon opening it up we get the smartphone inside, we get the SIM tray removal pin, and if you look closely, the SIM tray removal pin is on the top. Inside what you get is the USB to micro USB cable. You get the swipe power adapter. The power adapter itself is rated at 5 volt 2 ampere. It supports something called the zip charge. It's not exactly quick charge by Qualcomm, but they say that it would charge the 3000 mAh battery quite fast. Inside the box you also get the warranty card as well as additional papers regarding your smartphone and how to use it. On the top of this smartphone, what you get is a screen protector pre-installed. You just have to remove the initial covering and you are ready to go with your smartphone. It comes with a 5.5-inch display, and the phone certainly feels a little bit big in the hand, and on the back also you get a protective covering which you can remove in order to expose the clear glass back of the smartphone, which looks quite good, glossy and shiny, but it's also a fingerprint magnet. On the right hand side we get the power button and the volume rocker for this smartphone, and it has a very nice metallic and glass design, and on the top we get the 3.5mm jack for this smartphone which can be seen clearly. On the bottom we get the micro USB port, and you get something which looks like the speaker grill but it's not the speaker grill. And on the left hand side we get the hybrid SIM tray slot which supports micro SD expandable storage up to 32GB, and the smartphone also supports 4G and VoLTE calling via Geo. On the back we have the fingerprint sensor along with the glossy back, and the camera sits flush with the surface. You also get the speaker grill on the back, and on the top left corner we have a notification LED which blinks quite nice. On the bottom back of the smartphone we have the speaker grill which produces quite good sound, which we would test later. The back of the smartphone is prone to smudges and fingerprints, so that's one of the cons for this device. It comes with a QualComm Snapdragon 430 Octa Core chipset, 4GB of RAM in this smartphone, 32GB of internal storage. It is one of the few smartphones in this price range to come with a 4GB RAM, and that's certainly good. It comes with a 3000 mAh battery, 5.5-inch full HD IPS display as we already told you. It has Android Marshmallow 6.0 out of the box, and Swipe guys confirmed with us that Android Nougat would come by March end to these smartphones. It also has a gyroscope sensor and almost every sensor needed for a great smartphone experience. The device scored 44,678 on the Antutu benchmark, which is a okay score, above average score, not that great, and it scored around 640 on the single core score and 2135 on the multi-core score on the Geekbench 4 benchmark, which is above average score, not that great. It scored around 22,000 plus on the Quadrant standard benchmark, which is a decent score, not that bad, and it scored 60 frames per second on the Nina Mark 2 benchmark, which is a great score for a smartphone like this. I tried gaming on this device and I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Nova 3. While the initial temperature of the room was around 20 and the initial temperature of the smartphone was around 25, I played the game for a really long duration, and during my gameplay I never found any hiccups or lags while playing the game. So I will just fast forward through the initial few minutes of my gameplay, and then I would resume back again at a normal speed as soon as I am ready to test the temperature for this device. Normally Snapdragon 430 on such a smartphone with a full HD display would have shown some signs of lag, but this smartphone also comes with a 4GB of RAM, and I was able to squeeze out maximum performance from this smartphone. So in terms of performance, this smartphone was definitely great. I was able to play a lot of games on this one, and even Nova 3, which is really heavy and taxing game, I was able to play that for a really long time at a decent frame rate without any signs of hiccup or lag. The Swipe Elite Max comes with a zinc aluminum alloy bezel. It has 1mm ultra narrow frame, and it has a sleek frosted glass back. It's one of the better designed smartphones in this price range, and one of the only smartphones in this price range to have a 4GB RAM. The edges feel sharp at some times, and that is one of the cons about this device, that the glass finish does look good, but still in the hand sometimes it's not that much comfortable. Now let's just check the temperatures for this device. The maximum temperature that this device reached was around 36 degrees Celsius on the back, just above the chipset, and I was playing Nova 3 also on this smartphone. It played quite fine. I was able to play this game without any signs of lag or anything, and the gameplay was absolutely amazing. I still suck when it comes to smartphone gaming and I haven't learned anything at all, so please forgive me for that. And the fingerprint sensor was great. Every time I used it, it worked well. And this review might seem like I am using only positive adjectives, but the thing is that I was hard pressed to find anything wrong with this device. There are few shortcomings, but still the display also looked good. And now let's just test the camera quality for this device. The device comes with a 13 megapixel rear camera with a PDAF sensor, 8 megapixel front camera. It has quite a different camera application as compared to the stock Android camera application, and you get a lot of modes also with this one. The front camera is an 8 megapixel one, which is also quite clear, and you get full HD recording on both the front as well as the back camera. So that's a nice neat addition for the smartphone. The back camera supports 0.2 second autofocus via face detection autofocus, and the front camera was okay for clicks, but when I tested all of these clicks, you can see that the quality was decent for these photographs and the colors also popped out quite good, but the clarity in terms of video recording in low light wasn't that great. One thing that I liked about these cameras is the fact that both of the cameras have really fast autofocus. So when I came running towards my setup, I was able to focus very quickly on the keyboard. I was able to shift focus from different components to the camera at the end, and that came out quite clear. So that's something great about the smartphone. The front camera is an 8 megapixel one, but it does not have that much wide aperture, so I looked quite cropped in this image, and in terms of low light performance, the front camera wasn't that good. As you can see, there is a lot of noise in this footage which is apparent. And in terms of UI, it comes with Freedom OS Swipe's custom own UI. It is almost similar to stock Android, but there are few additions which I personally don't like that much, so you can always remove that and install a custom launcher of your choice. There are few good things, such as you can get the full screen mode by hiding the on-screen buttons, and it's quite easy to do that. I installed the Google Pixel launcher on this device, as I do with a lot of smartphones, and I just cleared up the RAM and I disabled the swipe launcher application by going in the settings, and after that the smartphone was really smooth as butter. I really like doing these sort of things, and in case you are a prospective buyer, don't get bogged down by the fact that you don't get a UI of your choice. You can always customize the UI to your own personal liking. The Freedom OS by itself is not that bad, but in case you are a fan of stock Android UI like me, then you would definitely want to switch. And now let's just test the sound quality and output of this smartphone. The sound quality was decent and bass was really lacking somewhat, but one of the software bugs that I found on this device was that when you try to increase the volume via the hardware buttons, the volume actually increases, but it does not show up to be increasing. So that's one of the cons for this device that I found out, that the software still has some issues which need fixing, and I hope they fix it in the near future. So guys, this was it for this video. The smartphone would release for a price of 10,999 starting from 16th December 2016 exclusively on Flipkart, and for this price I consider this to be a quite great smartphone. It has few cons like the sharp glass edges, and the glass does get smudged easily, and there are few other shortcomings like software bugs here and there, but overall this smartphone is a great package. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome crispy videos like this. This is Aditya Najha from inspiredtorise.com signing off folks. Stay inspired to rise.